Hello everybody. So some people were requesting for my ganyu build, so let's get to it. For ganyu I use Amos bow and it's currently refined rank 2. I'm sorry, I lost my thought there. But anyways, this is the best bow for ganyu and this bow is an off-banner bow, so there is a possibility of a small chance that you might get this bow from doing like regular wishes or like when you lose a pity to like a banner character, you may get this too. Or like on also like on like a weapon banner, there's also a chance of getting this bow anytime, any day. So, there's always a chance to get this bow. But, this is not the only bow that she can use. There is two other bow. I think is the Pulse Crescent bow and the Yumi bow. But those two are the free bows that you can get for Ganyu. And for the artifacts, I am using the Wanderer's Troop set. Um, for the flower, I the crit damage is only 5.4% and the attack is plus 19 and the crit rate is plus 15.2%. So this is why I'm using this one for the crit rate, because with Wanderer's Troop you have to have a decent amount of crit rate to get a lot of crit damage. um, and then for the feather, it has 6.6 crit rate and a 30.3% crit damage, and the defense is with this is like random, but you can't be picky with this stuff because with RNG, all your stats are random, and my Ganyu I farmed for like so long for her. Like I've got her since like her first banner, and I've been farming so long, and I've been playing this game since it first came out. And I eventually got to a point where I was like, I'm just done farming for her because she's already pretty strong. I've seen people with stronger Ganyus, but anyways, I think this is good enough, and let's get to the next one. This one has 20.2 crit damage and elemental mastery for when you want to do elemental reaction. That's just random when I got it, so I had no choice. And then the HP with the 5.8% HP and the energy recharge. You you don't need a lot of energy recharge on her unless you plan to like use her burst for support, but I don't use her for support. I use her as a main DPS, so energy recharge doesn't really matter to me. And then the cup, it has to be cryo damage, of course. And it is really hard to get a good cryo damage cup. I got really lucky with this one because it's a Wander's Troop cup, or it's yeah. Anyways, it has 19.4% crit damage, and the other stats don't really matter. They're really bad stats, but like I said, you don't have a choice. And for the hat or the circlet, uh, I went with a crit damage circlet because I used to use a crit rate circlet, but with a crit damage, you're able to do more damage. But there is the only bad thing about this is that you have less chance to deal your crit damage, even but it is higher damage though, so I took the higher damage over the more consistency of having uh damage, like consistent damage. So yes, even though I don't have a lot of like more chance of doing crit damage, I do have a higher crit damage. Um, but this one has only 5% crit rate, and this one has a good stat of 10.5% attack. So yes, this is my ganyu build. Constellations, I only have her at C2. You know, at that time I was crazy about her, and I really really wanted the extra charge for her elemental skill, and her elemental one basically decreases cryo resistance by 50% for 6 seconds upon hit of a frost flake arrow. But anyways, this also gives you energy recharge because it regenerates 2 energy every time you hit a level 2 charge attack. And for talents, I focused on her. You want to focus on her main attack because her main damage comes from her charge attack. So I don't really focus on these two. I leave them at level 6. I could go higher, but I don't bother with that because I don't really use her skill and elemental burst too often. But it does boost her damage if you standing inside her burst. So yes. But one thing I want to say about the artifact set is that if you're like a beginner, getting a Wanderer's Troop set might be kind of hard. So when I first had gotten I was still like a beginner. So the set I went for with Ganyu was the Blizzard Strayer set. And this set is really good too, and this set is a way way easier to get and to build than the Wanderer's Troop set because of the fact that this gives you 15% bonus crowd damage, and this one Blizzard Strayer set also gives you like a lot of crit rate. So when I was using the Blizzard Strayer set, my crit rate was only like 19%, but I was able to do like hit like a lot of crit rate or like critical damage because of the bonus that the 4-piece gives you. Because the description says that you when a character attacks an opponent affected by cryo, their crit rate is increased by 20%. And it also says that if the opponent is frozen, crit rate is also increased by an additional 20%. So that's already like a whopping 40% if the opponent is frozen. And plus, her talents. Uh, this talent, once you reach, I think you get it at level 70. Um, it grants you 20%, an additional 20% crowd damage bonus to. No wait, not this one. This one, okay. It says after firing a frostflake arrow, the crit rate of the subsequent frostflake arrow and the resulting plume effects is increased by 20%. So every time you fire a frostflake arrow, your crit rate is increased by 20%. So it doesn't stack, but it gives you an extra 20%. So that's really like 60% crit rate from using Blizzard Strayer plus her passive. Um, so yes, but using Wanderer's Troop set is definitely a lot stronger because I've tested it out, and but Blizzard Strayer set is still good too because it's a lot easier to get crit rate, a lot easier to build, and I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take a long time to get good stats on your artifacts because it took me like a whole probably 2-3 weeks of farming Blizzard Strayer set until I finally got a good set for Ganyu. And then for Wanderer's Troop set, I had to farm this set for like, I don't know, maybe almost a whole year, like, because the only way to get Wanderer's Troop set is to fight bosses. And, bosses cost a lot more resin to fight. And, yeah, so, um, if you guys have any questions, please, don't be afraid to ask. I'm not the best at explaining things, so please do forgive me if I don't make sense. But yes, oh my gosh, so here are her stats. So as you can see, I only have a 32.6% crit rate. That's not that good, but from her passive, when I do hit a frostbite arrow, it gives me an extra 20%, so I'm not too worried about that. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and um, alright, see you guys next time.